People always say, be realistic or be delusional, like they're opposite, right? But the truth is, I don't think I'd be where I am today without being both. I grew up hearing these two words all the time, delusion and realistic, as if you're supposed to choose one. Like one makes you sensible and other makes you crazy, right? But honestly, being delusional and realistic together is the mindset that shaped my entire life. When I talk about delusion, I don't mean ignoring reality or living in fantasy. For me, being delusional means something very different. It's the feeling deep inside me where I just know what I want. Even when I have no proof, no clarity, not even a dream list, it's just my inner voice saying, this is for you, you're going to get it, and you will find a way. That's delusion for me. It's your imagination believing in your future before your reality catches up, right? But delusion alone doesn't work. If you only dream, you stay stuck in the same place. And that's where realism comes in, right? Realism is not being negative, it's not the practical, boring version of life. Realism is understanding the system around you, the variables, the problems, the steps, the logistics, the consequences. Delusion tells me what I want, realism tells me how to get it. It's that simple. And when these two work together, it's like unstoppable. Like you can achieve whatever you put your mind to, right? For example, when I applied to universities abroad during my board exams, I was in 12th grade, I still remember. That was my delusion. Everyone was telling me just focus on your board exams, but I was like, no, I want to apply to different universities. And at the same time, I was preparing for NEET exam, the famous Indian medical exam, right? That was delusion too, because I had no idea how I'd manage it. No one in my school had done it before the way I was trying to do it. Visa, documents, deadlines, scholarship, portfolios. And I was just 17 doing all of it alone. Obviously, my parents were there. They were always there to support me, but they all also had their own restrictions. But realism is what made it happen. Yes, realism is what filled the forms, researched about universities, wrote the emails, understood the timelines, and dealt with the visa process. Delusion told me I'm going out to pursue my dreams after 12th grade and it's happening. But realism figured out how the hell do I actually make this possible? And that combination is the reason I'm studying design in Spain today. That's the reason I didn't stay stuck in the version of life that was expected for me. That's the reason I went to Singapore on exchange. That's the reason I'm doing internships, freelancing, coding, designing, researching, because I never limited myself to the one version of reality. I was always delusional, but at the same time realist. People think delusion is about writing dream list. I'm sorry, that's not the case though. But honestly, my delusional phase are the most intense phase because I don't even write anything. I don't need to because I just know my whole brain, my body, my energy shift towards one direction. When I wanted to come abroad, I didn't know how. I didn't know the steps. I didn't know anyone who did it, but I knew I wanted it. And the realist part of my brain stepped in and said, okay, let's figure out the path for it. Let's understand the constraints. Let's break down what's required. That's how I live my life even now. I'm a design student, but I also know coding, data analysis, psychology, business, science, philosophy, systems. Not because I'm gifted, not at all. That's not even a case. Like, don't even get a wrong idea around here. But because my delusion refused to put me in one box. That's the case. And my realism helped me learn what I needed to survive outside the box. If I was only realistic, I would have stayed exactly where I was. If I was only delusional, nothing would have ever happened. Like, life needs both. Realism without delusion keeps you small. Delusion without realism keeps you stuck. That's the reality. Together, they give you direction and courage. And I think people misunderstand both. People think delusion means illusion. People think realism means limitation. But delusion is imagination and realism is navigation. Delusion builds the world you want. Realism builds the road to that world. So if there is one thing I want you to take from this video, it's not advice again, it's just a question. What's the delusion you secretly have? And what realistic steps can help you build the path towards it? It's that simple. Because you don't have to choose one, you don't have to only dream or only survive. You can dream widely, you can survive smartly. That's it. Thank you.